Hello guys and welcome. Today we will talk, if I will be able to, about how to feed your Bengal cat. Because it seems that so many people have many questions about Bengal cats, but the most frequent one is how to feed your Bengal cat. And I must tell you in the beginning that there is one confusing fact about Bengals because of their heritage and wild look, that people often forgot that they are still domestic cats. They are special domestic cats, but they are still domestic cats. So in this video we will discuss about what they like, what they don't like, and we will try to give you answer on the most frequent questions about how to feed your Bengal cats. First will be how to feed your Bengal kittens. Then we will talk about how to feed your adult Bengal. And last thing will be how to give them raw meat, because this is one thing which makes them the most separated cats comparing with others. And this is something what you can apply to any other type of the cats, but raw meat part is very specific for Bengals, and we will put accent on that. When we talk about kittens, especially about Bengal kittens, you need to understand several things. First of all, cats are kittens until age 1, not until 10 months, 11 months, until age 1. And usually people get some diet food, what breeders give them, and they advise them to take it, and this is something what you can continue. There is no reason that you don't continue with that kind of food, but you also don't have any problem to change food to some other brand what you prefer or whatever you pick. But there are several things what you need to understand and be very careful when you pick food. First of all, if you give your Bengal kitten, there is very big difference between any other breed and Bengals. If you give food to Bengal kitten, you need to understand that they are much more active than any other kind of breed. So that means if you give them what it's written on envelope, how much you should give them diet, you will give them probably less what they need. And you will notice that your cat will during time start to be skinny or less powerful. Also, when you buy food, think how wild cats think. Will they eat food rich with corn or any other kind of food like that? Of course not. You need to buy them food rich with meat, proteins and substance which will give them all nutrition value what they need for good and healthy developing. So when you pick food for your kittens, have two things in mind. Cats are kittens until age 1, and they need more food than it's written, especially Bengal cats. We talk about Bengal cats. They need more food than it's written on an envelope giving you proper diet. When we talk about nutrition value, don't give them food rich with corn or stuff like that. Put accent on meat and proteins, because if you want they develop in the right way, you need to give them powerful substance in food they eat. So when you will buy food for your Bengal kitten, you will just be careful about nutrition value of your food. So don't buy them crap, buy them high quality food. Don't matter about price, it's maybe 10-20% more expensive than some low quality food, but your cat will get everything what they need to get proper and healthy body and immunity and everything what they need to be grown adult healthy cats. So where you can buy this food? Actually in any pet store. Don't buy that in supermarkets or shops like that, because they sell low quality food. Pet shops sell any kind and many different brands. So when you pick your kitten favorite food, you can try several small packs to find which flavor they like more. And when you find the right one, try to pick 2 and mix them, for example tuna or lamb, in one portion, because same like humans, if you eat the same food it will become boring after a while, but if you mix 2 or 3 different types, yeah, they will like that and they will get everything what they need. Like you see, they are crazy for small things, but small healthy things. So we prefer to give our kittens mostly dry food like croquetti or something like that, and then they will start to be at age 1 and become adults. And here you will see what Bengal cats really are. So when cat is adult, you will see what personality they have. That means they will start to be picky. They won't eat anything what you give them anymore. They will start to pick favorite flavor, favorite food, so on and so on. So this is the right way that you start to know your cat and eating habits. What I can suggest you for sure that it will succeed is that you give them food from can sometimes and raw meat often. We will talk a little bit later about raw meat and how to prepare it for your cat, but when we talk about food for adults, there is no actual restriction, because when we talk about Bengals, you need to know that comparing with regular domestic cats, they are much more active. So forget what's written on envelope about dosing, just follow behavior of your cat. If they need food, they will eat food. And there are two different things what you need to be aware when we talk about Bengals. If you sterilize your cat, that means that cat is much more likely to get and gain weight faster. And you should be careful about dosing food in that case. If that cat is regularly active, you don't need to worry about it. But if you notice that they start to be less interested or less active, then you should start to give them a little bit less food than usual to prevent them to gain weight. And it's very important for Bengals to be aware about weight, same like for any other cat breed. When we talk about wet food, don't give them wet food too much, because once when they taste it, they will like it for sure. But if you give them often wet food, they will start to ignore dry food. And like I just mentioned before, all nutrition values you can give cat through raw meat and dry food. If you kick out dry food with wet food, from can or bag, you will make your cat health troubles. So be careful, give them wet food sometimes, mix with croquetti, with dry food, but don't switch them to wet food. First of all, it's more expensive. Second, have less nutrition value what you need to give them. And third, it's just some award, some spice to flavor regular food or something like that. When we talk about adult cats, you will notice that they will start to be very interested in human food. And you need to understand there is a list of very dangerous food for your cat and safe food for your cat when we talk about human food. But that's something what doesn't mean you should give them frequently or regularly. You can give them sometimes or like some kind of award or something like that, but you cannot give them human food regularly because it's human food, it's not cat food. But on a list of forbidden food for cats, we put first on number 1 onion and garlic, because that's something what is very dangerous for their stomach and you should avoid that for any cost. Second is grapes, then it's peanut, and after that is chocolate. This is food what you cannot give to your cat no matter what. When we talk about safe food for your cats, believe it or not, Bengals like to eat vegetables, so try to give them tomato because they really like it, because of several reasons. There is a lot of water and flavor inside, and they simply like it. Second thing what you can give them is bread. No matter what many people think that bread is dangerous, but some cats simply like it and it's not dangerous for them. Also you can give them marshmallows, you can give them apples, you can mix some fruits and the vegetables if they want to eat it. And last thing what you should give them regularly, and it's very important to keep in some eating habits of Bengal cats, is to give them raw meat, but it's very important to give it in a proper and healthy way. Like I said at the beginning of this video, we will put accent of feeding your Bengal cat with raw meat. There are some precautions you should be aware before you give them raw meat, because you cannot simply go in shop, buy raw meat and simply give them, because this can lead to many health problems, because that kind of meat, if you don't make any thermical precautions, can cause some bacteria infections or something unwanted health issues. So when we talk about raw meat, there are two ways how you can prepare it for your cat. You can boil it in hot water, or you can put in ice for 2 or 3 days and then defrost it and give them like pure raw meat to your cats, knowing that you kill all possible or maybe some bacteria what left in that meat. And you will notice how much your Bengals have need to chew that raw meat, because from their heritage they are wild cats with some wild instincts, but they are still regular domestic cats with some recorded pre-requirements what they have in some eating habits, and one of them, and the main one actually for them, is eating and chewing that raw meat. What kind of meat you can give them? Well, there is no some secret formula or some rule. You should experiment what to give them, but keep in mind that you put focus only on two types of meats, on beef and chicken. If you give them beef, they will have some, they will need actually more time to chew it, to eat it, but they will like it, of course, because that's some ritual process what Bengals like. Chicken is soft, it's tasty, and they will eat it in second. And when you're comparing two types of these meats, you will notice that with some nutrition value, they will get everything what they like, what they need, what they want, and they will enjoy in both the same. But from my experience, I think they prefer chicken more because it's easier to bite, to chew, and to actually end up this eating process. But like I say, there is no reason that you don't experiment with type of meats what your Bengals like, but follow these precautions steps what you need to do before. You should boil it in hot water, or you should keep it in refrigerator in ice for at least 2 or 3 days to kill all potential bacteria what can stay and remain in any kind of meat you plan to give them. So guys, I hope we give you in this video all answers on all potential questions you have about the way how to feed your Bengal kittens or adult cats, or to give them raw meat. And if you have any more questions, feel free to write them in comments, and see you next video.